Continuing on the custom card review streak, we're going to be talking about a Dokkan Fest Super Bosses Frieza card, and it's coming in from Sam. But before I go and read Sam's custom card, send me Dokkan concepts over to bhdevcustomcards@gmail.com to get to your Dokkan concept as soon as possible. While I'm getting all these recent Dokkan concepts out of the way, there's no message inside the email, so we're just going to jump straight into it. So, with that being said, back from the dead with a vengeance, Frieza final form, extreme physical is the typing, of course, as well as being a Dokkan Fest. Attack is on the lower end, but considering that this card is stack and attack, I'm going to assume that this card's going to hit pretty hard when they get to their post transformation. And their defensive stat is moderate, I would say. It's probably moderate. Okay, so the leader skill is Wicked Bloodline. Let me just move myself over because I completely forgot. Leader skill is Wicked Bloodline, Resurrect the Warriors, or target Goku 3 key 170% across the board. Any 30% of the stats is to Transformation Boost or Revenge, so the leader skill makes a whole lot of sense considering the card is, that being Frieza. And the 200% leader skill is here courtesy of Sam. Best Super Easy Ace is going to be Texel. Worst Super Easy Ace is probably going to be Physical Kid Buu because he just takes way too much damage. Physical Full Power Frieza is going to be a good option to actually run on another rotation. You can probably get away with this guy in another rotation. Yeah, you could probably run this guy with the Frieza because this guy's a slot 2 unit. I already read the base because I had to do a couple takes over for this video. Because that's what happens when I don't read cards for a while. Yeah, you can run this guy in one rotation, and then you can run the LR Full Power Frieza on another rotation. Yeah, that's a pretty solid rotation, no? Yeah, that is. And of course, if you don't have either of those cards for whatever reason, you can run the in LR Broly as well as the Tech Broly on one rotation. And I guess you could just go ahead and run if like who else could you run? I don't know. This team, it's like the main options is like you have the 10th tier like Go Frieza, but Go Frieza is not gonna work well right next to this guy because this guy wants slot 2. Yeah, this guy wants slot 2. And this guy wants slot 2 also until you get to Goku. And this guy's not all that impressive. It's like all this card's really doing is damage. And you have to get below the HP threshold for the damage reduction. This card's so weird. This card is very, very weird. Yeah, this team is not all the crazy. You have STR Kid Buu. Yeah, it's like you want to run your main options. You want to have both the Super Easy A Full Power Frieza as well as the LR Full Power Frieza on each rotation. It's like you're not doing this guy. This guy you can get away with for a little bit, but until like you get to those couple of turns, actually you could. No, you could, because this is a Resurrection F Frieza. Yeah, you can get away with. Let me see the links. But does have Resurrection F? That's completely fine though. Okay. Anyways, I'm spending way too much time on the leader skill. You could get away with that LR Golden Frieza. You could. And could you get away with running this guy inside the 3rd slot as a floater? Because if this guy doesn't get his damage reduction, he's pretty much, he's cooked. He's fish fried. Like, now granted, it's fight dependent, but I was like a supporter of this Frieza for a little bit until I used him a little bit more and I realized why people didn't like him. Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. So now getting back on over to the card, they stack attack, or just he stacks attack. He stacks attack. Of course, his super attack is called the Death Beam. He stacks attack and gets 30% defense with 3 turns. Very, very nice. As well as does a guarantee stun. So the super attack combinations are very good. And the passive, that being Tyrant Revived from Hell, activates interest animation once only, and he gets 2 key, 100% defense, and guard for the first 3 turns. And you just have to have a Wicked Bloodline category character on the teams, which should be very, very easy. Yeah, I think that's not a bad rotation, running this guy. Now, granted, he's old and he can take a lot of damage. It's fight dependent. Yeah. And more than likely, you're going into some of these tough fights. And could this guy take a bit of damage too? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, this card gets 4 key and 180% attack and defense at start turn, and gets 80% attack and defense performing a super attack. Nice, and attack and defensive buff from the passive to super attack effect is always appreciated. A baseline 20% damage reduction, and performs an additional attack as a 50% chance to become a super attack, so that's unrestricted. That's nice. And performs a guaranteed super when there's a pure Saiyans or superheroes category enemy. Makes sense because of course it's Frieza. It's a super boss of Frieza, obviously, but performs a guarantee super and gets 20% damage reduction when facing a Goku or Vegeta. So, you know what's crazy, right? We just got a new boss, or a new set of bosses that has both Goku and Frieza. I think, now granted we haven't seen the post transformation, but I think just off of the basis of the base form, this card will perform pretty well in both those fights. I think so. Because this card wants to go up against a pure Saiyans, superheroes, / Goku or Vegeta. And this guy is physical going into that Vegeta fight, and that Vegeta fight is in, and that Goku fight is AGL. But even if then, I'm pretty sure that this card is gonna have like crit when going up against like a Goku or Vegeta, right? When it gets to their post transformation. So, to sum up this card, since I did pretty much read this card already while doing past recordings, this card is a slot 2 unit until they transform. I like to assume because I did not read their post transformation. Everything that this card has, I'm saying too much. I'm sorry, guys. This card has guard, 40% damage reduction, an attack and defensive buff, and then pass their super attack effects, as well as what's that? As well as 3+ supers. Yeah, that's all this card has. This card wants to super as many times as possible to get to their post transformation. That's just this card summed up, and they want to stack up their attack. So they want to super as many times as possible, and they want to sit inside slot 2 and go up against a specific category enemy / named enemy. Yeah. Guard, 40% damage reduction, as well as additional super attack chance, as well as guarantee supers built in. That's all. That's all, folks. Let's go on over to the active skill as well as the transformation condition. So the active skill, that being Sorbet's assist, 100% attack for 1 turn, as well as dealing ultimate damage to enemy, and disables enemy immunity to stun for 1 turn, which I do like. But my only thing is that when you use this active skill, right, which could be used on turn 3, you disable the enemy's immunity to them being stunned for 1 turn. But the only issue is that this card still has to sit inside slot 2. This card still does have to sit inside slot 2, so you have to like wait till you get to this card to get that guaranteed stun off. I think it'd just be just a little bit more consistent if this was like a 2-turn guarantee stun, maybe. Like not a 2-turn guarantee stun, excuse me, because I'm going to assume that it's going to be like a 2-turn guarantee stun right here, right? Rather than just be like a 1-turn stun like the STR Super Vegeta. I would say that this would be like a lot more consistent if this was like for 2 turns rather than 1 turn, because you still have to go ahead and get on over to that. You have to get to that Frieza, that being this Frieza. You have to get to this Frieza to still get the stun off. Okay, that's all I wanted to nitpick. Anyways. The transformation condition starting from the 5th turn of battle when HP 70% or above. You're definitely gonna take damage with this team. Yeah, running double of this guy, you're gonna take a bit of damage. So this could provide a little bit of issues. Turn 5, okay, but like the HP restriction, you're probably gonna have a bit of issue, probably. Okay, so Link Set, Fierce Battle, Shocking Speed, Prodigies, Strongest Clan in Space, Universal Most Level, Thirst of Conquest, Nightmare, going to be working very, very well right next to this guy, as well as what, like this guy? Absolutely. Damn, this guy in the team is going to look very impressive too. He's going to look very, very impressive. Yeah, okay. Let's see what Golden Frieza looks like. I'm just going to assume that Golden Frieza is ridiculous. Okay. His new super attack, that being the full power death beam, massive raise attack, and gets greatly raises defense 1 turn. So that's 100% attack and 50% defense 1 turn, while doing colossal damage and stuff. Oh lord, I love when you guys throw LR super attack multiplier damage, LR super attack multipliers onto a Dokkan STUR. Like what? Okay. Passive, the ultimate in evolution, 6 key and 280% attack and defense, as well as 100% attack and defense performing a super attack. Just unrestricted guard, unrestricted 50% damage reduction, and 30% damage reduction when facing a pure Saiyans or superheroes category enemy, or when there's a Wicked Bloodline category character on the team for 3 turns from the character's first appearance. So just, wow. Oh, okay. What? And lowers their damage reduction by 5% with each attack received within each turn. Okay. And an additional 50% attack and defense with each attack performed up to 200%, so that's just 4 attacks. And performs an additional super attack just unrestricted, and performs an additional attack that has a 50% chance to become a super attack when there's another extreme class ally attack at the same turn, or when there's a Realm of Gods category enemy. So of course, a Realm of Gods category enemy, that being a blue Goku or blue Vegeta, and then the extreme class enemy for, of course, for your another Frieza to get those links off, and all allies get 50% attack and defense, as well as an additional 150% attack and defense once only, and survives KO attacks for the rest of the battle. Okay. So he gives, okay, when HP is 50% or below when attacking, he gives support and gets additional 150% attack and defense once only, just within that one turn. And then he survives KO attacks the rest of the battle? Wow, okay. Okay, now, here's the only thing that's gonna hurt this card, right? So, damn, because that Goku and Vegeta have a lot of health. I believe Vegeta has like 1.2 billion, and then Goku has 1.5. I believe they're well over a billion HP. I think this guy will get cooked in that fight, probably. Yeah, because I feel like they'll be able to outlive this Frieza. Now, granted, Vegeta, I feel like, no, Vegeta will be fine. He'd be fine for this Frieza to beat. Frieza could beat that Vegeta. But that Goku. That's just grading it off of that. Outside of those fights, I feel like this card's pretty strong. The only thing is that this card is only gonna have that 80% damage reduction, and this card loses that damage reduction each time he gets hit. So you want to hide him from hits as much as possible. This card's good. It's only a matter of how long he's out. How long he's out for. Because if he takes too many hits and that damage reduction is gone, he takes a super, he's dead. Like, he's dead. Because he's not stacking defense. So he's not gonna have enough defense to take one of those supers from one of those bosses. Yeah. And out the gate for some of these hard-hitting bosses, he can still die inside this form too, with guard and 40% damage reduction. It happens. It's crazy. It actually happens. It's crazy to say that guard and a low amount of damage reduction, which 40%, is that low? It's not low. It's like 50% has to be like a baseline, no? 50 to 60%? 40% is probably low. For a slot 2 unit, post-super, he can probably get just nuked. He's good. He's good. But I feel like the issues here with this card is that A, he wants to verse a specific category enemy as well as specific character named enemy for his base, obviously. And B, when you get to his post transformation, he's ridiculously strong. Let's just go and say that out the gate, right? Multiple additional supers, support, surviving KO attacks. The only issue with this part of his card is that he's lowering his damage reduction each attack received. It's within the turn. Oh, that changes the game. Yo, I can't read. I'm a Dragon Ball fan. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wait. I just threw water on my desk. Wait, that actually changes it. Wait. Because he's going to have guard. And let's say he only takes like a couple of hits. You still have to hide him from hits, though. That's the thing. Because if he takes a couple of hits and it gets supered, he's cooked. I can't fucking read. Okay, that changes the game. His post is fine. I feel like this is what balances out. Yeah, his post transformation is very good. Yeah, very, very good. Pre-transformation, he has to go up against a specific enemy. He has to. Yeah. Okay, so that's about it. And he has active skill, Desperate Destruction of Earth, 100% attack, and deals ultimate damage to all enemies. Of course, it's AoE because he fucking blows up the Earth. And he gets 30% attack and defense for all allies for one turn. That's nice. So there's 30% attack and defense for all allies one turn. And it can be active when HP is 50% or below, or starting from the next attack and starting from character's first appearance. And yeah, he does get Resurrection F for Prodigies. He gets big bad bosses for those conquests, which is very helpful. I feel like Frieza should have Resurrection of Frieza in general should just have BBB, which he does not have for his LR part of his card, which is just ridiculous. I'm gonna go and just showcase that for the video. Wow, I can't believe I really overlooked that. Oh my god, I'm leaving that in the video. I'm leaving that in the video because I can just showcase that I make mistakes too. I make mistakes just like you guys. But yeah, he doesn't have BBB in Vanilla Dokkan. Ridiculous. Golden Frieza should have BBB. So that's it. Yeah, which is crazy because this guy would have to be his best Lincoln partner then, post transformation, and then pre transformation had to be the AGL or physical full power Frieza. So that's about it. Sam, thank you for sending in your custom card. Now, granted, I completely read over this part of his card, but card's good. Pre-transformation, you want to stack him as much attack as possible to get to his post-transformation and be a god. 80% damage reduction, guard, easy attack and defensive build-up, multiple additional super attack chances, as well as, guaranteed supers, right? Support from both his passive to his active skill. Good. The only thing is that, of course, he doesn't want to take too many attacks because if he takes 3 attacks and gets supered, it could hurt. Could it hurt? Possibly. But that's about it. Yeah. Okay. Card's good. This guy gets caught, he's probably dead. By one of these top tier bosses. By me, that's a bunch of cards in Dokkan, right? So, I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys are the best. Send me Dokkan concepts over to bhfcustomcards@gmail.com so I can get to your Dokkan concept as soon as possible. I'm getting all these recent Dokkan concepts out of the way. I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys are the best. The 24/7 Discord server is a Discord server that I own. That is down below inside the description below for you guys to join. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And that is all. Thank you for watching. Peace.